Yeah, Buffalo Fanatics. It's Don Brown. Yeah, I'm a fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Ay, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got Bean the plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico.
And gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. I feel like my man Michelle Hallman says, been months since I've seen you. Bro, you saw me last night. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our weekly session on the power rankings. It's a Wednesday. You guys know what time it is, man. We got to figure out who's who, what's what, who's moved up, who's moved down, who's a pretender, who's part of the mascara era. Ooh, I like that. The mascara era. And all that means is somebody's pretending. Somebody's pretending to be a top 5, top 10 team. Is it the Bills? Are they pretenders? All that Amari Cooper chatter. Are you buying it? Are you feeling what they're doing? Are you feeling what Brandon Beane is cooking? Are you smelling it? Some folks are. Some folks are like, all right, all the hoopla is done. We're still the same team. Some folks believe, all right, show me what you got. All this chatter means nothing. Don't hype me up. And then it's the same BS. And you know what? That is absolutely fair. Because often we get all riled up. By the way, I gotta give a big shout out to my guy, Servant Rodimus. Yo, Rodimus, you and I gotta chop it up for a minute because I appreciate the shout out. My man's had the full screen of me and Z-Bot on camera, all that good stuff. He had us on the TV. But here's one thing I noticed. You have the New Testament study Bible at that corner. I got the same one. Bro, we got to talk. I'm in my Bible right now, bro. I'm in it. I was like, yo, where do I begin? So I'm in the New Testament. I'm starting in Matthew, bro. I'm working. We got to talk, bro. We got to chop it up. But anyway, shout out to my guy, Rodimus, always showing love. But folks, are you buying what Brandon Beane is selling? Yes, it's a real question. I like what my man P Money, he was on Twitter earlier today. He's always stirring some stuff up. If you ever get into a back and forth with Pierre, be cautious. Be very cautious before you get into a back and forth with Pierre, because he's asking questions. He's asking questions to bait you, and then when he gets you in the trap, and you try to get yourself out of the trap, it's too late. You've been had. And that's exactly what happened today. Let me find the let me find what's shaking, and let me find what exactly took place today, because it was quite comical. And I think his let me just go to his, oh, there it is. I found it. I gotta share. I gotta share it. So Pierre, my good man Pierre, I mean, we've known each other for years now. It's been over a decade. That's my guy. So he had a question today, and it was a fair question. And let me see if I can share my page real quick. If it's showing up. Yeah, let me share my page. So he had a question today. And the question he had on Twitter was fair. He says, wait a minute. So the Bills traded away one 30-year-old route running receiver, specialist, if you will, for a second-round pick, and replaced them with a better 30-year-old route running specialist for a third-round pick? Is Beane literally playing chess out here? Gotcha. Yo, Pierre he gets me every time. So somebody's going to take the cheese. Somebody's got to take the cheese. And then here comes Bills Fans 96. Bills Fan 96 comes in. Dude, Cooper's not better than Diggs. Come on now. So Pierre goes, prove it. Prove it. So Buddy goes, okay, Diggs, all-pro. He's an all-pro receiver. Cooper, 0. Diggs receiving yards and receptions leader to Cooper's none. Diggs, 10,387 yards to Cooper's 9,736. Diggs, 70 touchdowns to Cooper's 62. Want me to keep going? Oh, he thought he cooked, right? What's your proof? What's there to prove? What do you want to prove? So that Pierre comes back and says, okay, here's your next assignment. Name all of Amari Cooper's and Diggs QBs in that spam. Boom! I said, oh, you set him up. And then here comes Pierre. Got it. That's why I love Pierre. If you get into a back and forth with Pierre, know that you can be had. You can be had. And here's the big one. The big difference is, folks, the big difference is who's throwing him the football. Who's throwing him the football. That's what it matters. That's what Pierre was trying to get to. Listen, Diggs was an all-time great receiver, but he only really got truly better and really enhanced his game when he paired up with Josh Allen. And the same could be said about Josh Allen, because Josh Allen really magnetized his game when Diggs got there. So now, here comes Cooper. You know what I mean? Diggs is this and that and this. And this is no hate on this because I'm a Diggs fan. I love Diggs. But my man thought he was cooking there. And Pierre's like, oh, calm down, big guy. Calm down. Gotcha. Got him. Anyway, I like to have fun with those little things. But big deal, though. It's a big deal because here comes Amari Cooper, a decorated receiver, and one that doesn't, he's not a hoopla guy. The amount of times I heard this man say in his press conference is just football. It's just football. Bro, he must have said it like 8 times. It's just football. In a 9-minute interview, it's just football. He must have said it like at least, I'm like 3/4 the way through. Fam. So here's what ends up happening when you bring a decorated receiver to the receiver room. Now you start to see how this brother works. Because, like, no shade on anybody in that receiver room right now. There's no shade. Your most tenured receiver is Khalil Shakir. And Khalil Shakir is still learning the game himself. He's still learning the game himself. We had MVS. We sent that brother packing because he wasn't bringing anything to the table. Matt Collins just got here. Keon Coleman's a rookie. Curtis Samuel just got here. Kincaid's in his second year. I mean, I guess you could say Dawson Knox is our most tenured guy. But our most tenured wide receiver is Khalil Shakir. So now here comes Amari Cooper. So now you get to see, okay, let me see how this bro, he works out. Let me see how he attacks the game. And the way he was talking in that press conference, I'll tell you, obviously 30, he's a 30-year-old, so you're not going to say he's very mature, well-spoken. No, he's been in the game a long time. He's going to catch on to things. And I was loving what I was hearing from him. Bro, he's simple dude. Yo, give me the playbook. I think I'm a pretty cerebral guy. I'm smart. I can pick some things up. Let me work hard. Let me show you what I can do in the run game. I love that he said that. And let's work. So now you're going to see what this guy's about. Sometimes you just need a big bro in the receiver room. You do. You need to see how well he works. Some guys are just built different. That's why he was drafted in the first round, top 10 pick. Some guys are built different. They don't need to rely on somebody else to learn the nuances of the game. They just ball. That's why you have guys that are in the Hall of Fame. They come in and just do work. Justin Jefferson, right? He comes in. You got big shoes to fill with Stephon Diggs leaving. This boy came in and said, yo, I got you. Let me set some rookie receiving records. Let me do what I do. And now he's the best receiver in the game. So now when you go to the Vikings to be a receiver, you're paying attention to what Justin Jefferson's doing. So this is what happens. This is great news for the Bills receiving corps. So now you get to see how Amari Cooper does things. Amari Cooper gets to see the culture in Buffalo. It's going to be easy for him to fit in. Now, he's not a rah-rah guy. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic between Josh Allen and Amari Cooper. I can't wait to see what that's like. All this handshake stuff. Is he going to be a handshake guy with Josh Allen? Or is he gonna be just a handshake? You just give me a handshake and let me get out of here, bro. I ain't with all that stuff, man. Or does he get into the vibe of the Bills? Is he gonna be one of those guys that's in the locker room when they're playing, you know what I mean? Whatever Taylor Swift song there is in there. Is he doing the Backstreet Boys? Right? Is he dancing with these guys in the locker room when Lil Dirty was in the locker room? Does he do those things, right? I'll be very interested to see how he adapts and how he gets acclimated with this squad. Love it. Love to see it. Now, here's something very interesting today. I didn't get a chance. I'm going to tweet it a little later. But I'm gonna get off of Amari Cooper because we talked about him at nauseum on me ad nauseum. And if there's any more questions I want arise and you guys want to talk about it, you know what I mean, you got super chats. You can throw a comment in there. You know me, I'm gonna try to read all your comments as best I can, and we'll rock and go from there. Now, that being said, let's move on to the kicker situation. I find something very interesting. So I'm on my fantasy, and I had to kind of move some kickers around the last few weeks because one was on a bye, and then I had to pick up another kicker. Blase, blase, blase. So I'm looking to set my lineup in fantasy, and I noticed that my kicker. Let me get his name first because I don't want to mess it up. Navarro. All right, my kicker. Let me get the proper name before I go off and sound like a fool. I'm in the wrong one. Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. There we go. I'm in 2 leagues, and I think sometimes 2 leagues is just far too much. Far too many leagues. 1 league, fine. 2, you're pushing it. Anyway, so I made a kicker change. All right, weeks ago, and the name was Braden Narvison. All right, he was the kicker for the Green Bay Packers. He was released, and they brought in Brandon McManus. So I was like, why did they release the kicker? Like, was he that poor of a kicker? So I started looking up at what this brother was able to accomplish in his time with the Green Bay Packers. And this brother missed 7 kicks, I believe. He's missed a kick in each. He went 3 for 4 in his first game, 3 for 4 in his second game. He went 3 for 3 in his third game. He went 0 for 2 in his fourth game, and he went 2 for 3 in his 6th game. So he missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 field goals. According to what I'm seeing here as to why he got released, let me just get down here. They brought in Brandon McManus because this brother he's missed, after missing 5 of his 17 field goal attempts across the Packers 6 games. They said, we've had enough. We've had enough. You missed 5 kicks. You're out of here. You went 0 for 2 in one game. You missed 1 in the first game. You missed 1 in the second game. You went, all right, okay, we'll give you some grace. And now this brother's gone. They said 5 kicks, you out of here. But he's a rookie. Financially, it's nothing to the team. So now I'm looking at Brandon Beane. And Brandon Beane decides to bring in a kicker today. Thick boy. Big boy. My boy Dan Mitchell was like, yo, they call him the thicker kicker. That boy 5'11", 240. That boy can bang. All right. So you got to be looking at Tyler Bass heavily. If you could release Stephon Diggs, an all-pro receiver, all right, and eat $31 million, bruh, don't think I can't release your ass too. Whatever it is you're going through, my G, fix it. Because my man Navarro or Everton, I can't remember his freaking name. It doesn't matter. He's a rookie kicker. I'm not supposed to remember his name. Braden Narvison, out of here. You're gone. So bringing in the thicker kicker, thicker than a Snicker kicker. I just made that part up. Bruh, I'm getting comfortable right now. I'm leaning back right now, right? Because that's what Brandon B should be doing. Leaning back and saying, hey, have a seat for me, my man. Tyler, have a seat, sir. All right, we got to talk. You're missing too many kicks. Let me look up Tyler Bass now. His numbers. Actually, let's look it up right now. Let's look it up together because I like you guys. You guys are my peoples. You guys are my family. I mean, we're gonna look up our guy, Tyler freaking Bass. And I hate that we've had to mention Tyler Bass's name so often. Don't you? When I mention Tyler Bass's name, I want to be able to say, you know what? That's my kicker. That's my guy. But I have not been able to say that because I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of the kicker that we got right now. I can't even say his name straight. So right now, 6 games played. My guy, Tyler Bass, is 9 for 12. He's missed 3 kicks this year. And he's missed 2 extra points this year. Whether you want to call it blocked or not, doesn't matter. So he's missed 5 kicks. 5 kicks. Bruh. You're on notice. Mr. Bass, you're on notice. You have to be. There's got to be disciplinary action for this. Thank you, Jacob. Disciplinary action, taking needed for Bass. Listen, talking needed for Bass or hit the door. I think they're done talking. I honestly think they're done talking, for real. They're done talking. Now it's put up or shut up. And if you thought the pressure was on you the last few games, the pressure's on now. The kitchen is hot. The kitchen is muy caliente. Muy caliente. Mucho hato. Fam. Ooh, I can feel the steam in the kitchen right now. I don't like what it smells like, but I can feel this. I can feel the steam in the kitchen. Tyler Bass, you want to notice, my G. You're gonna be you might be joining my boy. Listen, Braden and Neverson in Neverland, where you ain't gonna be kicking no more. So I say this with love. I got to come up with a new segment for the Rico Report. It's tough love. You know, I got say it with your chest. I got one of them with say it with your chest. This one, next segment is going to be called tough love. You love the player. You love the team. But sometimes your teams need tough love. And sometimes it's going to come from me. Sometimes it's going to come from, the guys that cover the team, that love the team, that want the team to succeed. Muy caliente. En fuego. You feel me? He's chaud. Let's talk French. Let's talk French, man. C'est chaud dans la cuisine. All right? T'as pas le temps, mon ami. On débrouille. Let's go. En ouais, for my Québécois. En ouais. See, I have to speak different languages. Let's go, man. Tyler Bass. All right, I'm done. I'm done with Tyler Bass, man. I ain't talking about no damn kicker no more. So let's get into the Power Top 10. Power Top 10. I don't know if we can find a slogan for that. We're going to have to find a slogan for that, man. So we are our Power Top 10. Ready for it, for us? Here we go. Number 10 on the list. We ain't playing games. I don't want to play. I don't want to stay too long. I got my... You want in, big guy, or what? What up, G?
I was just enjoying the talk backstage about the situation. Oh yeah.
Listen. Did you hear the statistics I was dropping on these cats?
I was listening like you were speaking. I was listening.
Buddy?
I was listening the whole time. I got 2 words, I think, for you.
What you got? Give me those 2 words.
I think it's 3 words, actually.
What you got?
And that would be thicker the kicker. Is that gonna be the solution? Because you already know that guy will be one of the most beloved guys in Buffalo. How could you not love a guy named Thicker the Kicker?
Thicker than a Snicker kicker.
Thicker than the Snicker while he kicks her through the uprights to winner. I don't give a damn.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Have you seen this dude's boot? This guy can pepper that thing from the parking lot. And what did we say last night? We just said because we were talking about McManus and we saw that he, right in the middle of our show, he got signed by Green Bay. We said, we don't even care at this point what the solution is, but a new solution needs to be shopped, is essentially what we said. And sure as hell, 24 hours later, they're trying out Thicker the kicker from Missouri. The writing was on the wall. It seemed to be emphasized without being on the losing end of things, which is where it seemed to be going, where it was inevitably going to cost the Bills. And now that that has been reemphasized on a national stage Monday night, it didn't even take a day. Now you're trying out a new guy. I think that they finally, not that they hadn't seen it before, Rico, but they finally are admitting to the fact that, yeah, this is something that's going to have to be considered here.
This is definitely something that's going to have to consider, because this boy, 5'11", 240.
Look at my
Harrison
guy.
Mevis looking to attempt it. He connected from 27 earlier. This is for 50 yards.
Chip shot.
Plenty of distance.
Chip shot.
And by the way,
audio.
College kickers aren't just doing this routinely. 92, too. I mean, dude, if we could get this guy out there rocking an offensive lineman number, booting the ball like that, I mean, he would be an instant fan favorite in Buffalo. But that's not a common occurrence in college, kicking the ball like this. College kickers are awful. If you just sit and watch a full slate of college football, you will realize within one afternoon how bad the kicking is in college. That's why guys like him, that's why they're looking into a guy like him, because they're
absolutely
a rare breed.
Look at that number. He's wearing 92.
That's what I'm saying. How awesome is that? How awesome is that?
Listen, and you know what? Then number 2 becomes available, and then Amari Cooper can get rid of that god-awful number 18.
Did you see the Photoshop they put out? I don't know what's going on with that. It's not off to a good start.
Amari Cooper wearing number 18. I think the last Bills player to ever wear 18, I think, was Naaman Roosevelt.
I think it was.
And I like Naaman Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I think he's a UB product, actually.
He had a very limited amount. I thought he was going to wear 19, which is even odder to me. 19 is a weird number. I don't know many 19s.
Well, I'll tell you this kicker right here. I mean, apparently he crushed a 61-yarder.
I love him.
At one point.
I love this dude.
So, listen, I'm all in. Thicker than a Snicker kicker. Here to go. I like it. And he's hitting that thing, man. He's hitting that thing.
He's booting that thing.
Absolutely. So, listen, Tyler Bass is on notice at this point.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing else
been sent, for sure.
Abso-freaking-lutely. 61-yarder. Here it is. There's nothing there's nothing to play about. So here we are. So folks, let me get this stupid ad out of the way, which I can't stand these things, man. But you got to do it.
I remember watching this one live right here. This one was
we're not doing that. So here's the thing, and listen, since you're here, because my man Carl Jones was supposed to come on, but maybe something happened, so maybe there was a different. Let me bring that back. 61 yards, people. Bang! Do you see that? Am I showing that? Oh, I'm not showing that.
There you go.
Let me have it. Let me show it to you. 61
yards.
yards.
I watched this one live, man. This was crazy. This was a huge upset too.
He let that thing fly, boy. Ooh.
I mean, that thing was good from 65 at least.
So here's the deal. So these little 40-yard chip shots that, maybe my friend Tyler Bass wants to miss. This is something my man's gonna be able to kick. Now, I don't want Tyler Bass to go. I don't think you want him to go.
No, I'm upset about it.
Choice.
Yes.
If they decide to move on from him, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. It's you had your opportunity, my man, and you squandered it and you let it get away.
I mean, Brandon Beane said it today. It is a results-driven business. If you were in a sales job and you were one of the top salesmen in your company, you were able to get to a point where you earned an X amount of commission, you were promoted, right? Then, you understand it completely. You understand why you would want to retain the guy. That's just what they did, Absolutely. Right? You have a guy that has earned the right within your business for, doing sales for this example. You totally get it, right? But if those sales start declining majorly, you're not going to keep him around because of what he did in the past. So at the end of the day, I got to bounce out. Actually, I just wanted to come on and give my love. I saw you were talking about thicker the kicker there, but I just wanted to come on.
Snicker, baby. Let's go.
You know where I stand on it, and maybe next time we're talking, maybe he's the new kicker. We'll see. But
absolutely, man. How you feel today?
A lot better, by the way. Thank you.
A lot better.
Yeah.
All you needed was a podcast in your life last night, man.
I told you all I needed was Amari Cooper to be a Bill, and that is what cured my entire stomach bug. That's all.
That was the remedy. That was the remedy. All right, buddy. Have yourself.
He's gonna call Bean, and he's got to sign somebody. Then I'll be golden. All right.
I'll see you, brother. We'll talk soon, buddy. That's my guy. Z-Bot, Z-Nation, ZZ Top. That's my guy, man. Just in time. We go from one handsome mother effer to another. Got the light-skinned brother, my guy. Light skin is in right now, bro. You're back.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what the streets telling me. They telling me light skin is.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what they telling me. I don't know.
That's what I'm telling you. But yo, don't forget, man. The dark skin brothers been having the game. We'll let you. We'll slide on over and let you guys get in some.
Yeah, that sounds real good. It sounds real good. I'm all good, man. How about you?
Hey, man, we good, man. Listen, I apologize, man. I got my timing all wrong because now I'm in Newfoundland. Not only am I an hour ahead of y'all, this province is weird. They tagged on just another extra 30 minutes. Why time zones changed by 30 minutes? I don't understand. That's a Canadian thing, man. Canadians are jacked up. Anyway.
Yeah, y'all got some other stuff going on, right? I'm going to respect what y'all got going on. I'm going to just say other. We got
other things going on. You guys got some things going on too in November, so I mean, get that part out.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
We certainly will. 716, my guy says, "Yo, light skin ain't been in since the barge." No, my guy. Carl Jones.
Hold on. Steph,
hey,
Barack, Cam Newton, Drake. I mean, come on, like we got a couple guys. You got them. I said Barack. Yeah, I said Barack.
You said Barack? It's Barack. Let's go. I'll give it to him.
You feel me? Like I mean, he ain't dark skinned now. Like
I got you. All right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you coming through. I mean, we're gonna recap a few things. Amari Cooper coming to the. You know what I mean? I need your take. I need your thoughts. You know what I mean? You cover the Bills. You know what's happening. You've seen what the locker room looks like. You've seen people moping around, walking around, just aimlessly not knowing what's happening. So your thoughts on Amari Cooper coming to the Bills, and what does he bring to the Bills? And forget about, like, we know how exciting it is that he's here, but what does he bring to the Bills? And it's probably bittersweet for you because you cheer for. I don't want to say you cheer. You watch the Browns. You pay attention to the Browns. It's not much to pay attention to right now, and now whatever was somewhat nice to pay attention to is gone. But the sweet part is you get to watch him in Buffalo. So please, the floor is yours. Your thoughts on the departure of Amari leaving the Browns and the arrival of Amari Cooper coming to the Bills.
Yeah, for those who listening now, I'm born and raised in Cleveland through and through everything. So was a fan of all the sports, Ohio State stuff. So like everything Ohio. So that's what he meant by that. In terms of what are the Bills going to get, I mean, they're going to get a professional. Like that's something that's been obvious. I mean, I've got friends who are in the Cleveland media in Cleveland, and I also have, friends who play for the Browns, and that's just not the first thing they say. Obviously, like a 22-year-old, not gonna use the word professional, but like that's the type of synopsis that you're gonna get. You're gonna get a guy who's about his work, about his grind, and kind of stay to himself. A little bit more on the quieter side. Like he's not really like some outspoken dude who's gonna speak his mind, like a traditional receiver. Yep. He's a lot more reserved, but for his play on the field, he's an X. He's a guy who you can line up on the line of scrimmage, who can beat man coverage. He's a good route runner, even at the age of 30. Surprisingly, even though he's not like a burner down the field, he's a solid deep threat as well. There's been a lot of times where, especially when Joe Flacco and Jacoby Brissett were the quarterbacks, where they just say, hey, go deep. He's had contested catches up and down the sidelines, down the field. I mean, for those who just want to get like a glance of just like the type of well-rounded guy he is, go back and watch what he did to the Texans last year. Yeah, where Derek Stingley, who I'm a big fan of, was in hell, trying to guard two that day, and he's a good player. Like, is he some alpha top 10 receiver in the game? I don't think anybody would say that, but he's a good receiver who will be uplifted by playing with a superstar quarterback like Josh.
Love to hear it. By the way, big shout out to my guy Carl Jones from News Buffalo 4. Did I get it right? Buffalo News 4.
Everybody know what the hell you mean when you say that. Yep.
Yeah, big shout out to my guy Carl Jones representing, and he's got the inside scoop on certain things. He sees things, he's hearing things. So Amari Cooper joining Khalil Shakir, Kincaid. You know what I'm saying? The young, you mean the young bucks that are on the squad, like Keon Coleman, right? So you have him on the squad. They're watching him, and they're seeing his demeanor. And he's a quiet leader. He's not a rah-rah leader. So how do you think? I mean, he's just going to be a lead by example guy?
No, I don't think he's like some quiet guy who won't speak to his teammates. I just don't think he's a rah-rah guy in terms of getting into your face. Now, don't get it twisted. As someone who has watched the Browns every single or as many Sundays as I can, not with this job,
right?
If something get on his nerves, he will speak his mind. Like he's had a couple times in the media. Thank you, Brian, recently, for that compliment right there. But he's gotten some times where and for a bunch of reasons, but this offseason, he felt as if he should have got a contract extension. Didn't like that. That irked him a little bit. Then he was in the Brandon Ayuk trade rumors, and that irked him a little bit more. So he has spoken his mind when things are irritating him, but he's not like some of these other receivers who are a little bit more loud with their frustrations. But in terms of helping out his teammates, I mean, one, open your damn eyes and just look how he's working. That's one way. As a teammate, that's just one way how it works. But he's not some guy who's going to be standoffish and say like, hey, unapproachable or anything like that. No, quite frankly, it's going to be how it worked with Rasul Douglas last year. And he opened up about this as well, where it's going to be like a reciprocal relationship, at least for the first month or so, where, hey, teach me how you guys do things here. How do you guys on this call against this coverage? How do you guys react to it? How do you guys go around the building? What the hell do I eat here?
Good point.
All that type of stuff. And then on the other hand, he'll be able to help them out with some of the other finite details of being a receiver in the National Football League. So, and then Rasul Douglas had the same thing in terms of Christian Benford last year, where Benford helped him out how to get around the city, what to do here, what do you do in the building. And then on the other hand, Rasul gave him the ins and outs of being a top corner in this league. So it won't be one-sided where it's just like, hey, he's some Jedi and just say, hey, follow him around. It will be both ways. Trust me. That's how it kind of works at this point.
Couple questions for you. Number the one from me. Josh he seems to have a handshake with everybody. He's shaking it up. What handshake do you think him and Amari have? Is it a simple one? Is it a lengthy one? Is it an old school one? Because I mean, Amari, he looked like he should be a receiver from Remember Titans. That's just right. Where it looks like he belongs. He's got in the lineup is not crisp, but he's got waves. So he's got a little bit of swag, but on auto, you know what I mean? So he's got a little something there. So I know that he's got a little swag when it comes to it. Is it going to be lengthy, short, kind of handshake you mean they can put together?
If I had to guess, it would be something short. Like, and I can say this because I've had teammates, and there are some Bills on the team who are like this as well. There's two types of cats from Southern Florida, which is where Amari Cooper was from. They either loud, and everybody gonna know they're from Southern Florida, or they're very quiet and they only keep to their clique, and that's what Amari Cooper is. Think of James Cook. James Cook isn't very loud, but he's kind of stays to his little clique. It stays to his own little bubble. That's Amari Cooper. He's another Miami cat. They stick with each other, and that's kind of how it is. So he'll do his handshake with Josh, but it ain't gonna be some him and with Dawson Knox guy where they over here doing some weird thing from a Disney movie or something.
Right.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be what it is.
You know what? I kind of compared him to Andre Johnson. About my business, but if you get on my last nerve, you're gonna get the Cortland Finnegan treatment.
That's how I would describe it like that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Don't let me treat you like Cortland Finnegan. I want to respect you, but the minute you step out of pocket, it's a wrap. And that's what I see. But I like that. James Cook, very quiet about his business. He'll joke around, almost like a Stephon Gilmore-ish, but not quite.
A little bit more personality than
yeah.
A little bit more, but the same ballpark. Yeah,
absolutely, 1,000%. There is a question for you. I got my man Nick Rovillas. He says, ask Carl to break down Taron Johnson's throwing it back all over Alan Lazard in the end zone. Care to comment, Mr. Carl Johnson?
I do want to comment on that play. So, obviously, and however you guys feel about that, that's not what I'm going to talk about here. But They were defending the sidelines, and nobody on the field except for the two safeties in the back thought it was going to be a Hail Mary. In a traditional Hail Mary setup, Taron is the front guy where you're boxing people out so they can't go up and get it. And in my head, tomorrow when I get to practice, I'll ask Taron, in a half second, did he go from guarding a receiver to, oh, it's Hail Mary, let me box somebody out? And by the time he tried to box somebody out, he was getting dunked on. Because I've been Taron, like not dunked on in that way, but I've been Taron where you're the front guy in a Hail Mary situation where there's the people who bat it down, there's the people in the back for the tip, and there's the people in the front to box out. If I had to guess, Taron went from, oh, snap, this isn't a regular play to his Hail Mary. And then last second, he was like, oh, shit, let me box somebody out, but I'm boxing out the guy who's trying to dunk on me. So, yeah.
I promise this is the last time I play this song, but does it remind you of anything at all?
Oh, hell.
I promise it's the last time. I promise that's the last time. I promise that's the last one. I played it out 3 times. That's it. But it's new for you. It's new to you.
Oh, man, my dog. Taron, my dog, man. He played well otherwise.
Listen, we love Taron. We love Taron. But sometimes you got to joke. We got the win. But sometimes we got to joke around a little bit.
That's funny. That's funny. Because, like, it didn't look great. It did. Well, to be fair, like 4 people on that play didn't look great. But the
worst part is there was a still shot, and they had Taron. He looked back at it like this.
Yeah. I'm hip. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Let them know that we're playing Juvenile every time that stuff comes on. Yo, they're playing Juvenile for your ass, bro.
I'll be sure to let them know. I'll let them know tomorrow.
All right. So I appreciate you, my man. You coming through, and we're about to get into our top 10. I'm curious to see what you got for a top 10. Amari Cooper obviously joining the Bills is great news. It's fantastic news. It's gonna be fun. And I'm actually really curious to see how he gels with and how Joe. This is going to be huge. Nobody's talking about it right now. I don't know why they're not, but nobody's talking about it right now. But now, let me see if we vibing right now. Right? I'm gonna be Josh Allen, you be Dawson Knox. We're gonna go bing, and we're gonna see if we vibe right now. Who has the most pressure right now in Buffalo
to make this thing work?
Sure. More specifically, with the addition of Amari Cooper.
I mean, you're heavy is the head that wears the crown. It got to be Josh.
I like where you're going. I like where you're going because I thought Josh as well. And then I was like, wait a minute, who's calling plays? Who's making this work? Yeah, nobody's talking about this. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Joe Brady was public enemy number 1. Joe Brady, what you doing calling trick plays? Joe Brady, what you calling screenplay here, screenplay there? Okay, now you got yourself a bona fide X receiver. Now what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Now what you gonna do? Now all eyes are on Josh, obviously. Most importantly on Josh. But who's calling plays? Who's going to put something together for our guy, Amari Cooper? Now, I'm going to throw him a bone at the same time. Maybe now he can run his offense the way it's supposed to be with an X receiver. Now that can stretch the field. Now that can actually get separation. Now does he change the way he calls plays?
I will say this, because not to cut you off, because I think what you said is probably the correct answer here. As soon as and I think Brady has done a good job so far as interim last year and with the full title of offensive coordinator this year. We really haven't seen him in charge with a receiver with a alpha one, clear cut one, and that person thrive yet. We haven't seen that. Like he had Diggs last year, but Diggs didn't thrive for a multitude of reasons. Balls overthrown, he dropped passes, wasn't getting, quite frankly, the normal route tree that he was getting. Like, let's be frank here. The first 11 weeks of the season, his route tree drastically changed once Brady took over. So I do think it will be interesting to see what Amari Cooper looks like, because obviously you don't bring a guy like this in to fit in. He's not a fit-in guy. He's a guy. I know Joe Brady is much more smarter than I when it comes to getting your guys the ball, but I do wonder, what does that look like? Because when 14 was here last year, it looked like he tried to make him fit in. And look, by the end, there were a bunch of things behind the scenes that we didn't know. But I'm very intrigued to see how that works, because Amari Cooper shouldn't have the route tree of anyone else. He should have his own because he is that dang good compared to everybody else.
Totally agree. And that's why I think this is going to be very crucial to see how this all plays out, right? Joe Brady will be responsible for something, part of this. Amari Cooper is going to be responsible to adapt and quickly get this playbook going. I mean, you're a professional. You've been in this game long enough. This is your third team. This is fourth team.
Fourth. He was in Oakland first.
So it's not like you're new to you haven't been just in one playbook. You've learned different nuances. So this you should be able to kind of catch on to whatever package they give you and then grow from there. And then lastly, obviously, Josh Allen, it's going to be on you, brother. It's going to be the trifecta, man. You are the one that puts it all together. The triangle offense. You got to make it work. And the Josh, the Amari Cooper, and the rest of the receivers, I'm not going to just single them out. And then Joe Brady. You got to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And have something for the fans to cheer about and feel good about it. Because right now, national media, I guess I can call you national media now. You national media, I can poke at you now, bro. National media is talking about this a top. Now I can see them. You know what I mean? The Chiefs, Vikings, the Bills are up there now, and the Texans. I can really see that they're in there. It put Baltimore up there too. If we're just going to strictly talk about the AFC, Texans, Baltimore, because Baltimore's on fire right now, and the Chiefs. I saw the Bills, you know what I mean, with the rest of them. Now that Amari Cooper is on the team, now the Bills are now in there. They're in the talks mix. So it's going to be interesting, very fun to see how this all shakes out and plays out. Now, I love that we were able to get some Amari Cooper, and now we got to talk about, we're going to revisit the kicking situation. We brought in a new kicker. They're calling him the thicker kicker. And my man is 5'11", 240 pounds. My man, somebody said he looking like a bona fide D2 linebacker. He's built like that. And he's got a leg. Is the pressure really on Tyler Bass? Or is this just a fear tactic?
Nah, I think they're at the point now, and their language has kind of changed. Even from when we spoke to them at St. John Fisher during training camp, to when they got back from St. John Fisher and we were at practice and he wasn't consistent with his kicks. Then the language was still very confident to preseason and to week one and whatever the case may be. I think this week was the first week where their language was not as stone cold. This is our guy. They still have faith in him. If they wouldn't, he wouldn't be out there. If they didn't, he wouldn't be out there.
For sure.
But I do think, Sean was point blank and he said, he knows he needs to be better. He knows it. We know it. He just got to make those kicks and point blank. And then Brandon Bean reiterated a similar line of speaking today. So obviously for all parties involved, they hope he plays better and kicks the ball through the dang uprights. I think what maybe fans of Flames a tad is the fact that Greg Zuerlein didn't play better, then probably play worse, to be quite frank. So that's probably that helps him out a little bit here. But it's a situation that I think last leg is appropriate way to.
Oof! Look at you, huh? Look at you with the wordplay.
Literally, I think that's the appropriate way to say the situation for sure.
I didn't know you were a comedian at the same time. There you go, jack of all trades, brother. I like it. All right. So, oh my gosh, somebody called him Tyler B. Ass. Golly, oh, you guys are ruthless. Brian Bowers. Brian Bowers, you a mother effer. Anyway, let's move on to one of the fun portions of the show. I appreciate you coming on, ladies and gentlemen. My guy Carl Jones. If you guys are here tuning in for the very first time, do me a favor, smash that like, and give my guy Carl Jones a follow on Twitter, on X. He's been crushing it this offseason. I don't know what it is, but your tweet's been hitting, my guy. You just putting numbers up. So listen. Give that brother a follow. It's worth a follow. The man, it's not like he's just some guy that, graduated from university and ready to get on a mic and talk. Man, my man has the experience. He's played ball, and he's got some people he knows in the league right now. That's got to be kind of fun to know you. You can hit him up there. Yo, good game, bro. I like that. But give my man Carl Jones a follow at Jones11_ at NewsBuffalo4. Now, before we get into our next topic, you guys already know what time it is. If you guys have not had a chance to jump in on the Underdog fantasy, you guys need to jump on that quick, fast, and in a hurry. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. It's one of the easiest and simplest apps to download and maneuver. Folks, over 1 million fans across 32 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. Win 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Touchdowns by Josh. Touchdowns by Amari Cooper. How many receptions will Amari Cooper get when he gets into the game, potentially against the Tennessee Titans? We shall see. Will it be over 5? Is it going to be a double-digit reception type game? This is your opportunity to jump in on Underdog Fantasy. Listen, folks, making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to the Underdog simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code BMafia. I can't tell you enough how simple it is. Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code BMafia to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit. Folks, it's that simple. Don't worry about it. Everything is right there for the taking, right here. There's the rules and regulations. If you have issues, listen, text HOPE-NY. Everything is right there in front of you. So, folks, let's get right into it and jump into our Power Top 10 rankings. Here's how we're going to do it. My guy, Carl Jones. I'll give you my 10th, number 10 team. You give me your 10 team, and then we'll move up from there. And because you are my guest, sir, I can't call you guest anymore, man. You part of the fam right now. So you get first pick, my G.
For my number 10, I was battling between this and another team. I'm going to go at 3-3, the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, the San Francisco 49ers. And just a little soliloquy on why they deserve to be on the number 10.
I think that, a 500 record isn't great, but they had 2 atrocious second halves with the Cardinals and Rams, who they were out in front by double digits in both of those games. And I believe that they know that they're better than both of those teams. I know they had the rough loss to the Vikings. And for the rest of this list, it's about what have you done this year. Outside of those 4 quarters of ball, I am very confident that this is a team that is trending in the right direction.
You know what? I like that pick. I don't have the San Francisco 49ers in my top 10. And for good reason. Defensively, they're not as strong as I once thought they could be. Now, they got some great players on that squad. Actually, Fred Warner is the one that stands out to me the most. And everybody else is just okay. Obviously, Bosa is on that squad too, but that's it. I don't know anybody that's really standing out to really at that magnitude. So, love that you have San Francisco at 10. Honorable mention, and I should have told you that you could put an honorable mention. I'd say I'm not going to put honorable mention because I don't know if they'll be in your top 10. So let me go to my top 10. My top 10, I'm going to the Steelers. Steelers, top 10, and they remain in the top 10 for me, but they're at number 10, and strictly because of their defense. Their defense has been holding it down like you would not believe, because if not for a good defense, this team would not be anywhere near this top 10. Quarterback play is not great, and here's how things are shaking up. Justin Fields might not even get to start. It's not been official yet, but it looks like Russell Wilson might get to start, baby. Now we're going to see if George Pickens is going to be running some lazy routes and if he's going to be calling out other receivers, calling them slot merchants and all that stuff. So we'll see how that all plays out. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, my man, if it's a compliment or shade, who knows? I don't think he was throwing shade. I just think he was saying, hey, if I was in the slot, maybe I'll be getting that, but who knows, right? Now you got yourself a quarterback that can throw the rock. We're about to find out. So Steelers, number 10. Who's your number 9?
For my honorable, the 2 teams I did leave out, I left out the Falcons and I left out the Bears.
Okay, honorable mention. So for me, I left out Tampa, the Bears, and Green Bay.
Cool. Got you. For me, I got the Commanders at 9. The defense is bad. I don't know about Bengals level bad, but it's pretty bad, and losing Jonathan Allen hurts. But I'm going through doing this through the first 6 weeks, and through 6 weeks, Jalen Daniels looks like a guy, a GUI. Underline it, bold it, all that type of stuff. He's ready. And then I think I want to at least apologize to Cliff Kingsbury for what I thought about him coming into the year. He's doing a phenomenal job with putting those guys in positions to succeed. So with a 4-2 record, I think they're the clear front runners for the NFC East, and I think that would have shocked everyone if he would have said that a month and a half ago.
Cliff Kingsbury, if you heard this, Carl Jones is making a public apology to you. He was calling you ASS, and you're proving him that you got a lot of SASS. You know what I mean? So you're doing it out there in Commanders land. So I like it. So number 9 for you, Commanders. Number 9 for me, the Buffalo Bills. Some might think that it's a little too low for me, but listen, those 2 losses can't be unseen. You got trounced by the Baltimore Ravens, and you let the Texans off the hook. You should have had the win, not the win, but you should have had a better outcome of at the end of the game. But you let the Texans take that game from you guys. And right now, solid game against the Jets. But if we're keeping it 100%, and the word of the week has been red line. And if Mike Williams stays on the red line and actually respects the route the way it was supposed to be, respects the design of the play the way it was supposed to be done, bro, he's making that catch. And if he's a player that I think he could be, but I don't think he is, he could be in the end zone. And that's a whole different ball game at that point, right? But Taron, with a nice speed turn, makes a great play and takes it away from Aaron Rodgers. Mike Williams, you cost that team, bro. If you stayed on that red line, maybe we're talking about a different story here. But that's not the point. The point is this: the Bills are 4-2. They made an acquisition of Amari Cooper. That's what got me to leave them in that top 10. I was debating. I was like, are they? But they are. They're definitely a top 10 team. I got the Bills at number 9. Who's your number 8?
Number 8, I have the Buccaneers. I got them at 8. I think they're a team that last year I said, oh, they're frisky. I think at this point they're a legit good team. The defense, which is shocking, you would think that's the unit led by Todd Bowles would be the better side of the ball. I think it's actually Baker Mayfield's led. And I know as a Browns fan, that's like, damn, what the hell? But I think he's become a legit quarterback in this league with a Hall of Fame receiver in Mike Evans, a really good receiver in Chris Godwin. They figured out how to run the ball this year because last year, they couldn't run the damn ball. I'm just putting it nice. Nope. They just couldn't run the ball last year. This year, shout out to Sean Tucker, a Syracuse alum, toting the rock this year for them, making some fantastic plays. And then also Bucky Irvin in the backfield.
Bucky Irvin, that's right.
Yeah, Bucky. Yeah. So not just Rashad White back there anymore. Kate Otten as well at tight end. Is a team that I trust the defense to figure it out with Todd Bowles. I imagine they'll come out of that NFC South. So give me them for right now at 8 with a 4-2 record.
I like that. I like it. The Bucs at 8. Give me the Commanders at 8. I got the Commanders at 8. I thought they played well because if they beat the Baltimore Ravens, they're a legitimate top 5 team. Legitimate top 5 team. I'm putting them in there. And they lost to a good team, and it wasn't a blowout. They stayed within rights to kind of stay within that game. So Jaden Daniels, like you said, he's him. He's him. The Commanders nailed it. The Commanders absolutely nailed it with this pick. Kudos to them. I have the Commanders at 8, and they're only going to get better. I think they may have something up their sleeve. I think they might try to acquire maybe another piece on the offensive side of the ball. Brian Robinson's running hard. Austin Eckler has been a nice second piece in the offense, a veteran guy in the offense. And Brian Robinson is underrated, man. That boy running hard. And I got to give the Commanders a number 8 piece on that one. What you got for number 7?
Give me Green Bay. I'm a fan of what they do. I'm a huge fan of Matt LaFleur, their head coach, and just how he's been able to, no matter if Jordan Love is in or out of the lineup, the offense has found a way to keep moving. A huge fan of Jordan Love. For all those who don't know, just huge fan of what he gets done out there. Very up and down. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that man is perfect by any means. His highs are high and his lows are damn near Will Levis lows. But I think that he'll correct himself by the end of the year. And then the defensive side of the ball, I love Jeff Hasley, the defensive coordinator. He was the reason I know who he is. He was the old DC at Ohio State back in the day, I believe 2019. So I like what he's doing with Xavier McKinney back there at safety, who's playing some elite ball back there. So give me the Packers at 7 and a vaunted NFC North this year.
I respect that a lot, and but I didn't have Green Bay in my top 10, and you know what? Maybe they'll make their graces back into the top 10. But right now, my number 17 is Kirko Bangs with the Falcons, with Raheem Morris running things right now. I just like what the Falcons are doing, man. And they haven't really even hit, where they're supposed to be in terms of running the football. I think they could be so much better running the football with Bijan Robinson. The defense is coming in and making some big plays, but Kirk makes the difference on that squad. This guy had 500 yards passing. Like, that's unreal, man. That boy was slanging that thing. Darnell Mooney being added to that squad, I think, brings a little bit of difference. I still need to see more from tight end. Every time it slips my mind. Kyle
Pitts,
the tight end for the Falcons. Kyle Pitts, excuse me. Yeah, I still need to see more. I think he should be a better player. But they're winning despite him being a star player. They're doing with Drake London. Drake London is playing like an ultimate G. So give me the Falcons at 7. What do you got at 6?
I got the Buffalo Bills. I think.
Hey, talk about it.
The reason why I do think so far through 6 weeks they aren't in my top 5. I think there is a definitive top 5 for me, and I think we'll have the same to a certain extent. And I think the Ravens loss was rough, and then the Texans lost as well. And you can't pull the injury card because the Texans had a litany of injuries in their own right on both sides of the ball. This is not even, once again, this is not including Amari Cooper or anything else. This is what I've seen through 6 weeks. I think they've been the 6th best team in football, which coming into the year is about kind of where I had them. So it's been some ups and downs, but right now through 6 weeks, I think this is the appropriate spot for me.
All right. This is where I had some challenges here. And this is where I wasn't sure. So at number 6 for me, I battle with it, but I'm gonna put did I move? You had Tampa, right?
I had
Tampa, you had San Francisco, Commanders, Bucks, Green Bay. That's who you had. Did I mess up my list? Golly, I messed up my list. I messed up my list. All right. So you know what? I gotta pivot at this point. I do gotta pivot. So I'm gonna slide everybody up one. So my 6 would have been the Falcons. I'm gonna put I'll put Chicago at 10. I screwed up, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna keep it rolling. So my 6 becomes the Falcons, and then now we're gonna move on to number 5. So this is where I think we will align here.
Yes.
At my 5, I got the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore. Yeah, you go ahead, though. Go ahead.
All right. Baltimore, for me, they found it. They found whatever it is that they have rolling right now. They found it. And believe it or not, if you're talking about MVPs of the league and who's playing like an MVP right now, you got 2 MVP candidates on one team right now, in Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Like, I can legitimately say Lamar Jackson is in conversation for MVP. The way he's galvanized his team and the way he's playing. He's playing better ball right now, which is so odd for me to say, but he's playing better ball now than he was last year as the recipient of the MVP. So I got Baltimore at 5 only because they're now starting to find themselves. Number 5 for me, Baltimore Ravens. Their defense is coming along, they're a little shaky a little bit, but offensively they seem to have found it. Whatever that is, they found it. What say you at number 5?
Yeah, for all these years, we were like, damn, what would they look like if they had like a Derrick Henry back there and they got his ass? Right? For me, I got the Texans at 5. And this is a team, and I'm a big fan of CJ Stroud. Huge fan. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of good players, but probably my favorite quarterback in the NFL right now. But they haven't looked great, and I think that's what's scary. They're 5-1 and haven't looked great at all this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Which leads me to believe whenever their offense figures things out, and it won't be for a while because they don't have Nico Collins right now, but whenever they get it clicking, because they are too talented not to, it'll be scary because defensively they figured it out with that pass rush that is crazy as hell. I think that's a unit that I put them at 5 based off through the first 6 weeks, and I know that's crazy. 5-1 record. Are they not playing well? I got eyes. They not. But I'll be damned if I don't think a unit with those receivers, with that top 6-7 quarterback, that running game, they'll figure it out. So 5 right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're 2 in like a month.
You know what? You said it, Rand. They're 5-1, and you feel like there's more to be desired, and you can see it. They're well coached. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And I know firsthand because I got CJ Stroud as my quarterback for my fantasy team, and he's giving me decent numbers. They're 5-1, but they ain't amazing like they was last year. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Baltimore for me is 5. You got the Texans at 5. I got Detroit at 4. Detroit, well coached, and they run the ball well. David Montgomery, bro, it was supposed to be Jahmyr Gibbs' year. It was supposed to be his year. But, yo, Montgomery's saying, hold on, young buck. I still got some juice left in these legs. Bro. So you're going to have to be my 1B because I'm 1A in this piece, and he's showing it. He's running hard. He's pass protecting. He's that guy. Jared Goff is playing efficient football, and I just love how they're well coached they are. They're well coached. So I got Detroit at number 4, and they're climbing. They're going to get better, and they're starting to put things together as well. But I got Detroit at number 4.
For my 3, because I had the Ravens at 4, my 3 will be Detroit. And for all the things you said, the offense is amazing. The defense is figuring some things out. It's going through some identity stuff. The Aiden Hutchinson injury is terrible. No one wants to see that. Forget the actual injury himself. He was on track to be the defensive player of the year. And I know 6 weeks, what can you say? Awesome player. And I know that may hurt their odds down the line, but through 6 weeks, they are definitely, for me, the third best team in football.
Well, I got the Texans at number 3. And for the reasons you pretty much said it. They're 5-1, and they can be so much better, right? And they haven't even – Joe Mixon's going to be getting healthy. He's going to be coming back. So they fortifies the run game. Their line is going to start getting better. Now we're about to see if Stephon Diggs can reclaim as the top dog before Nico Collins comes back, building chemistry with C.J. Stroud. Now you're going to be firepower, Tank Dell and all that, and Schultz on that squad. And they're well coached. And you got a bona fide great quarterback in C.J. Stroud. So I got these guys at number 3. But there's they could fall or they can really get really much better. But I got them at number 3 right now. So Texans at number 3. This will be interesting to see how you have this system going here. Your number 2 and your number 1 team.
I was struggling with this. Both teams have good resumes so far, but I'm going to lean with the Vikings at 2 and the Chiefs at 1. And the reason why I say that, obviously both teams have superb defenses, 2 of the best 5 defenses in football right now. They do it in different ways, but they're both psychotic in how they do it. We all know Steve Spagnuolo. Bills fans, y'all know he be doing some weird shit. And then the Vikings have said, you want us to do weird shit? We'll go to the 10th power. So shout out to Brian Flores.
Absolutely.
The reason why I just went Minnesota 2 instead of the Chiefs 1, to this point, I think that the Chiefs offense is a tad better or more consistent than what the Vikings have done so far. And I think last week in London kind of showed some of the hiccups that a Sam Darnold-led offense can have. But I'm impressed with what he's done through 6 weeks. If you would have told me that he would have been even this, I would have been like, ha. And I mean, there's a reason why Bills Mafia wasn't rooting for J.J. McCarthy to get hurt. But they were like, hey, that second round pick might be like 35 now, like whatever, because he went down. So shout out to Sam for figuring it out. I love to see players redeem and bounce back the way he has. But for me, Vikings at 2, Chiefs at 1, but we're splitting hairs in my opinion at that point.
Well, here's how I have it. I have the Chiefs at 2 and the Vikings at 1. And I mean, very much for the very same reasons you mentioned it, but I'm going to give the slight edge to the Vikings because nobody expected it. Nobody expected them to be at where they're at. Sam Darnold seems to have built a connection with O'Connell, and they're doing it right now. And here's my question for you, because my man Z-Bot and I had a heated debate, and we were talking about last week, and we were talking about like NFL altogether and how well the Vikings are doing, and how the Chiefs are the Chiefs and they're doing well, and they got Pat Mahomes. And then the question came out, and it was just a simple question. And I thought he thought I was going to agree with him. He says, well, if the Super Bowl were today, based on what we see right now, and it's the Vikings and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, who you taking? I said, the Vikings. And he goes, you're crazy. I said, am I? I was like, who? Right now, you got Pacheco out.
Today. Yeah.
Today. If it were to start today in Super Bowl, Pacheco at Rashee Rice out. Right now, you're throwing the football. You're throwing the football to Juju Smith-Schuster. You're throwing the football to a 35-year-old Travis Kelce, and no shade on that. It's 35 though, and I think your next best receiver is Watson. So, nah, give me the Vikings. And Brian Flores has these boys playing defense. They got them playing defense. And Justin Jefferson is an absolute problem. TJ Hawkinson, when he's fully healthy. And then they just signed Cam Akers now, by the way. So that's going to be nice. So they traded for him, excuse me. I think the Vikings. Are you in disagreement? Based on as of right now.
I hear you as of right now. I think the Vikings are the most fun team to watch in football. If you like chaotic shit, like everyone in this chat, even if y'all are like pro offense, which I get it, offense is cool. Just watch the Vikings for like a quarter. Like it's the wildest. Like they play how you play in like video games, where like you just blitz every damn play and like D tackles be dropping deep. It's amazing football.
All right,
but for me in the postseason, I grew up in the Brady era, man, and I don't really bet against them boys. I don't bet against GOATs. Like I don't bet against Mount Rushmore people. So like. I've seen Patrick Mahomes go up against teams much better than his in the postseason. This Chiefs team last year wasn't great. They somehow took down the Niners. He beat the Eagles on one leg. Like he couldn't move, and he somehow he couldn't move. So like I've seen him figure it out before. I don't really bet against 15. I think my FanDuel account likes me for that. So listen. I don't like saying that because I truly love watching the Vikings. This isn't like a
for sure.
Like I love
hairs here at the
like
end.
I'm actually. I told my girl this. Like I'm actually mad they play at 1:00 this week because I've loved watching the damn Vikings and the Bills play at 1, so I'll have to miss it. But I really everyone who's watching this right now, y'all won't be able to do it this week. But just one time, just watch what the Vikings doing. They are a fun team to watch.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So listen, we got another 10 minutes and then I'm gonna let you be because I gotta respect your time. Actually, I've got time with you or I got
Yeah, we got time. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I mean, listen, this is near the end of the show. We're just gonna do pick-ems. You just gotta give me one line as to why you think this team is gonna win, and then we move on to the next. All right. So here we go. This is the pick-ems for the week, starting with a Thursday night game. Denver at New Orleans. Who you got?
Denver, the Saints are down quarterback and top 2 receivers.
Do you like Spencer Rattler?
Liked him in college. TBA going forward.
All right, bet. So you got who'd you say you got? Denver?
Yes.
Ooh, give me the Saints. I like the Saints defense. There's something about Spencer Rattler that does something for me. And it's something about a rookie quarterback that's got a lot to prove. He's got a window right now to prove that he can play in this league. And if he's going to be a viable backup for a while, give me the Saints at home over Denver and Bo Nix and them boys. There's something about the Saints that I like. New England at Jacksonville. Golly, it's an ugly game. The line right now is Jacksonville minus 5.5.
Shit. That's another London game. Give me the Patriots to cover the 5.5, but the Jags get the win.
Oh, you getting spicy on me now? Okay. I don't know what to say here. Drake May gets to start again. I think he's gonna be starting going forward. I don't know what it is about Jacksonville. I kind of like what you said there. It's gonna be close, 5.5. I'll take Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville. There's something, but they need to just show face. You need to be better. And New England's got a good defense, but show face, man. You can't lose in London. You just can't. So listen, I'm going against you, man. Jacksonville over New England. Seattle at Atlanta.
I like both of these teams. Give me Seattle. I think they'll be able to figure some things out this week.
Atlanta at home against Seattle. Kenneth Walker is a G. I love Kenneth Walker. DK Metcalf has to make up for what he did. I like Atlanta at home, man. Geno Smith is I think they figured out Geno Smith a little bit, and they're giving him fits, although he had a big game last game. But give me Atlanta. Atlanta over Seattle. Here we go. Tennessee, Buffalo.
-9
is the line.
-9 is high as hell, and I believe when it's 6 or higher, the underdogs are covering at like a 90% clip this year. So I'm gonna go with the odds here. Titans cover, but the Bills win, and I don't think it's one of those games where it's in question, but like a 24-17 type. Nah, that's too many points for the damn Titans. Give me a 21 like 13 type game or something like that.
Will Levis has just been he's been struggling, bro. He's been struggling. I don't know what's going on with him out there. I thought he was gonna have a solid second year as a quarterback, but he's not throwing the ball well. He's not. And I don't see the Bills giving up 17 points So I got the Bills covering and whooping down the Titans. I think they do. Now, I don't want to disrespect the Titans now, but I got them taking on the Titans and beating the Titans. Next up on the list, we got Cincinnati at your Cleveland Browns. What you got?
Give me the Bengals. I think the Browns are broken. I truly do. And for a passing offense that was historically bad, or just an offense in general that was historically bad, you lose a player who, albeit wasn't playing great. I mean, Cooper wasn't. Like, he lead the league in drops. He wasn't. That's the Bills, not the Bills' problem, but that's something that the Bills will fix because he'll be more engaged in Buffalo.
I like how you said that. Okay.
Like, it's not a problem. He'll just be more engaged in Buffalo. But it's not like the Browns have much better. So I think this team's been broken, but I think they'll get broken in half. Like, if there's like a little ligament keeping them together now, after thigh duct, to snip it up and it's over with. They need major reconstruction surgery at this point.
I totally agree. I'm gonna go Cincy as well. They're slated with a 5.5 line right now. Houston at Green Bay. This is an interesting matchup. 2.5 is the line for Green Bay, -2.5.
I love, look, these are two quarterbacks I love, right? Green Bay
on the road.
And listen, I'm mad as hell this game at 1-2. Like, the NFL, y'all tweaking. And I get it. Y'all wanted to put the Niners in the 40, like, whatever. Niners, Chiefs, standalone for. I get it. But y'all tripping. These are two young boys, the face of the league. Like, come on, the future of the league. You feel me?
True.
Having said all that, like, these two young boys, the future. Having said all of that, give me Green Bay at the crib. I think they're rolling right now. And I think some of the sloppiness that the Texans are playing with will come back to haunt them. Don't kill me in the comments, everybody. I love C.J. Stroud and the Texans. I love them boys. I just think
I'm going to agree with you, actually. I'm going to take Green Bay. Green Bay. I think Josh Jacobs is going to do some work. And I think these guys are gelling right now. They're gelling. The boy is back. Jordan Love is back. They're gelling. But give me an edge of Green Bay over Houston. Here's an ugly one for you. Miami at Indianapolis. And I don't know who's starting, but let's just say Anthony Richardson is healthy and will start. They have Indy with a -3 line.
This game's so ugly, I'm not even going to give you a long synopsis. Give me the Colts, and I ain't got much rhyme or reason inside. Both of these teams are on the do not watch list.
Listen, do not watch this. I'm agreeing with you. I'm going to give me the Colts to take these boys down. The Colts defense can play. So, and they're going to give Miami fits with Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley, I get it. You got a bye week, and you had time to put some things together. I just don't. This would be an upset for me. All right. By the way, pick your upset as we go. If you feel there's going to be an upset somewhere, go ahead and pick it. Detroit at Minnesota. What a game this is going to be for the North.
Why the hell is that 1 o'clock? Don't know. And to be fair, I guess I get it because, like, the Bills Titans is not a game that no one's going to watch outside of those two fan bases. But I'll rock with the home team here too. Give me the Vikings. They're rolling right now. It's a team that I love to watch, and I love the Lions too. But I think their defense will be able to force Jared Goff into a couple mistakes that he's not.
I agree. I'm going to agree. I'm going to say Minnesota takes this one against Detroit. It's going to be a tough one, but there's something about that defense. Flores is just a menace to these quarterbacks, man. And Jared Goff has these games where he's either really good or he is questionable. He's a liability. But I still like Jared Goff. Give me Minnesota over Detroit. Philly at New York, NFC East matchup. Philly is playing like garbage, but New York's worse. Give me Philly over New York. And this is Saquon Barkley is going to give it to this team. So Philly over New York. -3, by the way, for Philly.
This is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Giants. I saw what the Eagles looked like last week, against my Browns. That's a team who was just idling, like a dog with no direction. Like you feel me? Sirianni, I don't know what he got going on over there. So give me the Giants on the upset. I don't think the Giants are great, but if the Browns had anyone else at quarterback, I think they figure out a way to win that game.
That's a good upset to pick. That's a good game for an upset to pick. I listen, I'll take it Philly over. I think Saquon has something to prove. They disrespected Saquon. They put it on TV. They made him seem like he was disinterested. And Joe Schoen was playing with him. Go check out what you're worth and come back to us. Man, go kick rocks. If you don't want me, you're not gonna try to, trying to sun me on national TV. So you're gonna get it. Philly is going to make sure they run the football down the throat of New York. And I don't think New York's got enough. And you know what? They're gonna harass the heck out of Daniel Jones. I don't believe in that, man. Vegas at Los Angeles Rams.
I'm hearing reports that Cooper Kupp will be back.
Hey,
that 6.5 line is kind of crazy to me. I don't think the Rams deserve to be 6 points better than anybody.
damn.
So give me the Raiders and that's solely because they got like 17 players on IR. Like they got they are banged the hell up. But give me the Rams to win. The Raiders are
cover?
bad. And the Raiders, I don't know, 20-14 or some shit like that.
Okay, yeah. Because the Raiders, listen, the quarterback situation is dire. There is dire. Like they tried to get Jane Daniels. That would have been a fun Raiders team to watch with Devontae and all that stuff. But now, listen, Max Crosby out, Devontae gone, the morale is low. I mean, all that smoking cigars, all that stuff is played out, my guy. So you're gonna have to figure it out. You can't run the football. Like I don't know what's going on with Las Vegas. So give me the Rams over Vegas, no question about it. Carolina at Washington. Give me Washington. That's simple. -8.
Yeah, I don't need to jazz it up. They'll take care of business. Yeah.
Here we go. Kansas City at San Francisco.
Everything on paper leans San Francisco. However, Patrick Mahomes, I think, has some crazy stat where if he's the underdog, he has lost one game in his career. He's 11-1.
Damn.
I'm not guessing it's gonna be 11-2. So I'm gonna take Patty on the road. They figure it out. They kick their ass in the regular season every time they play him too. Like I think they beat him by like 20 the last time they played in the regular season. So give me Patty.
You know
so like I don't have much.
This was a tough one. They got San Francisco at 1.5. So this is pretty much a toss them game, a pick 'em. Yo, give me San Fran over Kansas City. Give me San Fran over Kansas City. I just feel that there's something to prove here, right? This is a rematch. I know I can play with you guys, and they're pretty much healthy, except for CMC not being in this game. Offensively, obviously, no. You know what? They're missing their left tackle, big boy. But you know what? Kansas City's banged up too. They're banged up too. I'm taking San Fran. Home team, give them the edge. I'm taking San Fran. It's gonna be a close one though. That's a toss 'em. New York Jets at Pittsburgh.
Give me
2.5 for the Jets.
Yeah, give me the Jets here. I love Mike T, but I'm not a fan of this whole Russell Wilson thing. So I think the Jets lost and still look discombobulated at times. Their offense looked the best that it did last week. And I know the Bills defense isn't playing great, but I still think they're trending in the right direction. Give me the Jets over to Mike T. Sunday
The
night.
Rams at least scoring 25 points. All right, bet. The Rams over Mike T. See, I like Mike T, and I know you like Mike T as well. The Jets defense think they're better than they are.
This year, yes. Yeah.
And I feel Russell Wilson gives a bit of a spark to give me the upset. Give me Pittsburgh over. This is my upset pick. Pittsburgh over the New York Jets. Although it shouldn't be a crazy upset, but that Pittsburgh defense is that good. They're that good. And the Bills defense isn't great right now. They're still, trying to put some things together. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is a little bit more put together than the Bills right now. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers in the upset over New York Jets. That send the Jets spiraling even more into the abyss. You brought in a Devontae Adams after you guys go 2-4, and now you're going to go 2-5. This is a tough matchup for the Jets. A very tough matchup. Breece Hall seems to have found his way. Todd Downing seems to have figured out the best routine and formula for this team, but you're going up against a very good defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you're going to have a team, you're going to have a quarterback that's not just going to take off with his legs. He's actually going to throw the football. So give me the upset. Pittsburgh over New York. Two more lineups, and that's it. Baltimore at Tampa. This is a good matchup.
Another good matchup. Yeah, I'm happy I'm able to watch this one. I'm gonna take B more on the road. Think they found some, and the Bucs defense after what we saw last week, figuring some things out, but I don't think they'll figure it out this week.
All right, and last but not least, give me the Baltimore Ravens. They just got it, man. They do. They're looking real good. I think those 2 losses at the beginning of the year really opened their eyes for them to realize what's going on. Los Angeles Rams at the Chargers. Chargers at Arizona.
Give me the Chargers. I think they're for real in terms of the fact that we got to start talking about them now and like just not disregard them. I think they're a for real team that play hard. Their defense is legit, even without Bosa, and I believe they're missing another young pass rusher as well. Jim Harbaugh, I hated his team in Michigan for all those years, but I think they're playing hard right now, and I think Arizona is kind of coming back down to earth and realizing that they aren't the greatest team right now.
I'm going to take the Chargers as well. They got something. Harbaugh's coaching. He's coaching his butt off, man. He's coaching his butt off. They got a formula. Run that freaking rock. That's been his formula, and they seem to be doing a damn good job. I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Gore said, "Yo, man, I think I got something in me. You got a little room for me? I think you bring Frank Gore back." That's how much he trusts in the run game. He's going to run that rock. And Arizona Cardinals, I don't think they're good enough defensively to stop that. And I think the Chargers got something here. So give me the Chargers over Arizona. By the way, there's breaking news. I just got it now. The Dallas Cowboys have been relocated to the CFL. Not sure. So yeah, they're on. The Dallas Cowboys are on a bye alongside the Chicago Bears. Chicago's looking mighty good right now, and what a time to be on a bye for the Chicago Bears. But yo, that's our time, folks. I appreciate my guy Carl Jones coming through. This was a fun one. I got to work on my top 10, man. I love your top 10. Your top 10 looks good to me. San Fran, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about San Fran, but the rest of that top 10 looks mighty good to me. Kudos to you, my G. And until next time, listen, before we get out of here, man, what's on the horizon for you in the next few days? Because I'm sure there's some things popping.
Yeah, for sure. So tomorrow I'll be at Bills practice. So if you want to get your first look at Amari Cooper running routes for the Bills, check out my feed tomorrow. I'll be at practice, so I'll tweet all that out. And then I also got a sit-down interview with Ray Davis. We'll get to talk about everything.
That's my guy, Ray Davis, man. That's my guy.
That interview will air Sunday, and then I'll also tweet that out before the game as well. So show him some. He's a great interview. Spoke with him at St. John Fisher in training camp. Awesome dude. Just talk more about not necessarily him on the field, but just who he is as a person. We already learned a lot. He's also great. And then I'll periodically, as the week goes on, tweet more clips of the defensive backs and how they play. Specifically, Taylor Rapp. I'm diving into what he did. And I know I've given the Bills safeties a lot of crap this year, but he in particular has showed his ass Monday night, and I think he deserves his flowers.
I'm looking forward to your clips. Please, if there's any nuggets, send that DM to me. I'd love to have that. Listen, I just want you to tell one thing to my guy, Baby Ray. I've coined I don't know if he's heard this one, but yet before, Sweet Baby Ray Davis. I've been talking about it. You let him know. That's what we call him in these streets, man. Sweet Baby Ray. I'm about to put a T-shirt out, and it's gonna be nice. But he is going to be the future. I'm telling you this right now. If they don't decide to bring James Cook back because he's gonna be asking for too much, they might say, "Yo, we good, man. Ray, you cool? Yeah, we cool." But anyway, I like James Cook. Don't get me wrong. It's a 1-2 punch that I'm looking forward to. They can allow James Cook to rest up with that turf toe. They can let him rest. And Sweet Baby Ray is going to come in and handle business. Love it. I'm looking forward to that interview. Yo, you let him know. Big love coming from the Buffalo Fanatics for my guy, Ray Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Jones in the house. Do him a favor and do me a favor. Smash the like for this video, but get on it. Follow my guy, Carl Jones, at Jones11_ with Buffalo News. And you guys go follow my guy. Mr. Carl Jones, have yourself a fantastic evening. I appreciate you very much.
Y'all be blessed. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. That's my guy, Carl in the hizzy. All right, folks, that's my time, man. Listen, I said I was going to be an hour, a short pod, and here I am, an hour and a half. Anyway, I appreciate y'all very much. So, dude, if you guys are still interested in, I'm not even hating. Rico capping, he always low-key disliked Cook. I didn't. I like Cook, man. I'm a little hard on him, but I like Cook. But folks, if you guys want more Bills and Titans recap, I'm joining my boys, the Tennessee Weekly Titans. All right, Tennessee Titans Weekly on their pod in about 20 minutes time, about 25 minutes time. It's always good to chop it up with them boys. We're gonna be talking Bills Titans preview. So go ahead and follow them on YouTube, Tennessee Titans Weekly. I'll be joining them in about 20 to 25 minutes. If you guys are still up, come talk to us, come hang out with us, and we're going to be chopping up. I don't have a whole lot of good things to say about the Titans, so I'm interested to see what these boys think about these Bills. So you guys have yourself a fantastic evening. I appreciate y'all, and until next time, it's your boy Rico. And I'm gone. Y'all have a great
Buffalo
evening.
Fanatics.
And we might catch you guys on Thursday
It's Don
or
Brown.
Friday, depending, because my schedule right now is all jacked up. So
I'm
we'll
a
catch you
fanatic.
guys on the
I'm a
flip.
Buffalo
Until next time,
fanatic.
peace.
Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic, just like Rico, going live, talking to my people, cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got Bean the Plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments hating, we block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain.